Bear Laundromat How To. Working on a Wascomat TD 30 by 30 stack dryer today. The problem we had was the motor bearings were gone in the tumbler motor. The strange thing is, of course it's not normally happens, so I was running the laundry yesterday, thought, man, we've been running these dryers for 7 years now, 10-12 hours a day is the main ones we use for our drop-off. Customers use them, they almost never shut off. They've been running great. Came in today, bearings were gone on 2 motors at the same time. So, I've already got them out and I'm putting them back in, but because I got 2 side by side, I can just sort of show you a few different things on getting them out. The first thing is get your power plug right here. They only plug in one way, so that's an easy one. It is a bit of a pain to get in around that wiring to get the back clip, but there's a clip on each side. Make sure you get them pull them out. Just try not to yank on the other wires. As far as the connection, you've got a belt here. Bring that in there. That's the main tumbler belt there, and then this other pulley assembly comes attached to the motor. So, like I said, I got a spare one out here that I haven't put in yet. So this is how it sits in. You've got a pin here that does all the mounting, and then a spring holds it there. So it's wasn't sure just how to get into it. Once I did, it literally took me less than 3 or 4 minutes to get the one out of the other one, including taking the covers off. So steps on this one, you need some torque screwdrivers to get the covers off, and also to get these ones off. But the first step is you need a pretty long extension, and what you want to do is get in on here and put it right in that square hole. Make sure you got it snapped in. When you turn this, it gives a little bit of a kick. I'm not going to try and do it with one hand, but you see that spring under there. When I turn that spring out of there, that spring kicks down to the lower side here and takes a lot of the tension off. There's still a little bit there, and how I got that off was I just pushed this into the last couple of springs and just pry it up a little bit. You shouldn't pry on a motor, but I'm not sure they're designed way to get these out. But pry it up on it just a little bit, and then this just lifts right off of there. So, yeah, we'll show you down on the parts one here. So this sits on here, and it just sits inside that groove. So that sits there. This will hook on the bottom, and then you get hooked onto here. You need the strap-on head camera here one day. And then when you turn that piece there with your socket extension, that snaps up into place and keeps the tension on it. So it's really a pretty simple system, easy to get. Again, it kind of a little concerned to lose a finger on the way in, but it wasn't that hard. So you snap that over, makes a bit of a sound. It's gonna kind of catch you off guard, but it does snap pretty quick when it gets over there. So make sure you got a good extension. Ideally, you want to try and get out into about this area here, so you got some room to work around. You may, just careful you don't bang yourself on the edge of this panel. But once you loosen that off, get that off, this piece comes out. You take your belt off, the one main drive belt off, and then the next step is to take this screw out and loosen these 2 screws. Fold up underneath the motor here. Now that you've got all the belt tension off, and this lifts up and then slides out. You don't have to take these screws right out, you can just loosen them. And then that slides off of that pin. At that point, this whole motor is loose and just comes out. So go over to the next one here. So what you see is that hole in the back, that's where that pin, that pivot point on the motor connects to. So that goes into there, and then, lose my tools in here again. That just connects to here, and that's your whole mounting brackets for the motor. It all pivots off of here. The spring keeps the tension on it, and the drive belt holds onto it there. So, like I said, it's a little bit for the first one. The second one literally just took a few minutes. So if you're heading into this, torque screwdrivers, get the panel off. Make sure you got it unplugged. Take the panel off. Loosen off your tension on your belt. Take that spring and bracket out of the way. Take the tumbler belt off. Loosen these off. Take that one out. Lift that piece off. Slide this out, and unplug your motor, and away you go. I get mine all rebuilt at a local motor shop. Fortunately, a lot of times he'll do them same day for me, and so I had these, literally took these out about 3 hours ago. He's got them both rebuilt, and I'm putting them back in the same day. So you can find a shop like that locally. Search around, find one, and get a bit of a relationship with them before you need them. Nothing like having a dryer down and driving around trying to get something fixed. So, you know, it's something you're going to have. You know, all these motors have bearings in them. You can get a local guy to fix them. It's, you know, it'll be quick. It's a lot cheaper than buying new motors. And these are rebuilt. He charged me about 80 bucks. It's going to vary a little bit depending on where you're in the country. It's a lot cheaper than the $400, $500, $600, $700 to want for one of these new motors. So that's today's project. I'm just going to put these back in, and then I got some other events I got to go to, so I'll get cleaned up and go do some stuff there. So it's Ken Barrett, Laundromat How To. Check me out at laundromathowto.com. If you got any comments or questions, just go over to laundromathowto.com. Drop me an email, and I'll do what I can to answer. Talk to you soon.